You don't want to step up? Come on, you can sit on my lap. Oh. Come on, come on. Oh. There you go. Good girl. Hi friends, welcome to episode 137, right? Yes. 137 of the Quirky Monday Craftcast. My name is Kalisha and you can find me anywhere online as Nadira Tani. I'm coming to you today from my home in Central Florida and we are joined by Kiva. Yes. Who I guess just wants to sit outside quietly. We out here to podcast. If you're a new viewer, welcome. And if you're a returning viewer, welcome back. I did good. 2 weeks in a row. Huzzah. I hope you find something that you can connect with on this podcast. Hope you enjoy your time here. And with that said, let's get a little bit of admin. So, 2 admin things. One, last week I pulled 4 winners for the Mr. Grinch Mal, and 2 of those winners have not contacted me. So, this is your last chance. The 2 winners who have not contacted me are Instagram users Crafts Untold and broccoli.gif. So if either of you, preferably both of you, would send me a message on Instagram letting me know that you've seen this and that you know you're the winner. I have been putting notices up on Instagram saying, hey, if you entered, go look at the podcast. Winners were drawn. Yeah, so let me know that you've seen this. And these are the 2 yarns that are still available. We've got the Knit Pick Stroll Fingering in Spectrum Hand Painted. And this is the one that I said reminded me of Whoville. And then there is this one, which is Zombie Yarns in the colorway number 1508. And this was the Mean Grinch. The one that reminded me of the Mean Grinch. So, in addition to these, each of you will get a Grinch coloring book. Because who doesn't like to color? So yeah, send me a message on Instagram. I am Nadira Tani over there. Let me know that you're a winner and which one of these skeins you would like. The next piece of admin that I wanted to follow up on is the Out of the Darkness Suicide Awareness Walk. So last episode I was talking about how the walk was coming up. We actually did the walk this past Saturday. And I walked with my friend Tiffany and my friend Cherie, and it was a good walk. As far as fundraising goes, we here at Quirky Monday were able to raise $300 for suicide awareness as of right now. The fundraising portion of the walk will continue on till March 31st. If you would like to donate towards suicide awareness, my link is in the down bar. If you donate, thank you so much. I do appreciate it. And that bird appreciates it too. I'm always grateful that you all share in this experience with me. This year, of course, it was way smaller than it has been the last 2 times I participated because of Rona. And then also we did get there late, but it was still, I'm so glad that we were able to participate. So those are the 2 admin bits that I wanted to catch you guys up on. So with that, let's get into the craftiness. We will start with my finished objects, and I've got 3 finished objects and all 3 of them are different crafts, which makes me very happy as a craft caster. So first, I have my locked out of the car socks. These are the socks that I started a couple weeks ago when I accidentally got locked out of the car. They are worsted weight socks. The yarn I used is Patton's Classic Wool Worsted. I did them on a 3.5 millimeter needle, and there are 48 stitches around. So yeah, there they are. This is my jam right now, worsted weight socks. Why? We don't know. We're just going with it. Yes. What else can I tell you about these? I basically follow my typical vanilla sock situation. I do a cuff of 20 rows, but because it is worsted weight, I think I did 15. Yes, I did 15 rows of ribbing. The leg is 30 rows long. Then I did a short row wrap and turn heel down to like, I don't know, 8 or 6 stitches. And then the foot for me measured, or it ended up being about 42 rows. I wear a size 10, US women's size 10. And then the toe is a rounded toe with decreases that I've kind of tweaked over the years. So this is Kalisha's rounded toe. And that is it. This is typically how I knit all of my socks, or all of my vanilla socks. And then the only difference when I do fingering weight is they are 64 stitches on a 2.25 millimeter needle. So that's done. Another pair will be probably on the needle soon. My next finished object is a painting. So this past weekend, we had a Zoom Black History Month paint along with my church friends, and we each went to Michael's and bought one of their Black History Month canvases. They had, I think it was like a set of 4, where the design was already like pre-printed on the canvas. In the kit for $10, they gave you the canvas, the paint, which was like 6 different colors of paint, 3 paint brushes, the paint palette, and a vial of glitter. I did not open that glitter because we already have puppy confetti, puppy glitter, so no need for real glitter. But we all got together on Zoom and painted our canvases together. So this is how mine turned out. I did kind of cheat and add my own paints to the mix. Her skin tone is done, it's all acrylic. Her skin tone is bronze and gold, I think, metallic acrylic paint, because I wanted her to be as close to Kalisha colored as I could get it. But bronze and gold, I think those are the colors I used to get her skin tone. It is a little bit patchy because the only problem with mixing paint is you have to mix enough, because if you do not mix enough, you're never going to get that same color again. At least I don't know how you get that same color without measuring and stuff, and I wasn't about to do that. So that's her skin tone. The yellow here was in the kit. Most of the green shades were the kit. I did have to stretch it a little bit with green from my own stash, but yeah. So additionally, this background was supposed to have all these different patterns and stuff on it, but by the time I finished painting her head wrap, I was like, I'm not about to sit here and paint all these tiny little dashes and stripes and stuff. So I went with the green gradient because I was gonna put it in my little craft space, and my craft space is full of plants, and green is my favorite color. So, well, one of my favorite colors. Anyway, here we are, the queen of the green, something like that. Ta-da! I really enjoyed this. I mixed, to get the green colors, I emptied out the whole tube of green paint that they gave, and mixed the different values. And I stretched it with green from my stash, and because I did that, I ended up with an abundance of green paint in these 4 colors. So as to not waste that, I painted these 2 canvases, and because I didn't want to waste the paint, so now I have these like pre-painted canvases for something. I think what I'm probably going to do with these is going to be some sort of plant related line art. I think maybe, who knows. For now, they just sit on my shelf because they're pretty. My next finished object comes with a bit of a story. One thing that Rona has done that I feel like is good is it has made it more normal to connect with family over Zoom and stuff like that. Like before the pandemic, I wouldn't have been like, oh, let's have a family Zoom and everybody just be on there, like see each other, whatever like that. Like I FaceTime my mom regularly and my dad, but that's about it. But now I feel like it's more of a normal thing to connect with your family and friends through that particular, method. That being said, this past Thanksgiving and Christmas, my family on my dad's side had a big family Zoom where like all of his siblings were on there and cousins and all of them. My dad is one of 9 or 10. He's got a bunch of siblings, but my aunt Angie was on there, and if I'm sitting, I'm knitting. So she was watching me knit on the Zoom, and everybody was asking like, oh, Kalisha, what are you making, da 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 da. So I kind of just in passing, like, oh, I'm knitting socks, whatever. And so they started talking about like, oh, Kalisha, you're just so crafty. And I was like, well, I make the things, I do the stuff, it's fun. And from that, I ended up having another conversation with my aunt Angie, who is like super crafty herself. I think I may have talked about her in the December episode, but I crocheted her 2 pair of these slippers that she called Aunt Sisters. So I made her 2 pairs of those slippers, and then so she told me that she had something she wanted to send to me. I mean, gosh, why y'all screaming? This one is soprano. Kiva, you too? Et tu, Brute? Anyway, so my aunt Angie said that she had something to send to me, and that something was a silhouette cutting machine. And I've never really wanted a silhouette. Cheese and rice! Hello? Hi. I'm fine. I'm recording a podcast. Okay. So I was saying that a silhouette cutting machine or like a Cricut cutting machine was never like high on my list of things, of crafty things that I wanted or that I would get myself, because they're expensive. So when she told me that she had one that she was going to send me, I was like, wow, okay. And the reason that she was going to send it to me is because she had 2, and this is one that she hadn't used and she needed to get it out of her house. And the first of her nieces in line for it actually already had her own Cricut. So Aunt Angie was like, I'll give it to Kalisha. that's cool. So this past weekend, I set it up and made a project. I did a little video about the process, which I will put in here. And here's the shirt that I made. It says refuse to sink, because what else would it say, right? Yeah, I'm like really proud of it. It's super basic, like design wise, which is good, like a good starting point. I still have this stencil on my screen, so I can print this on something else, and I'm thinking about trying it on a tote bag, but I'm really excited about this. I still need to heat set it, because it's just been sitting actually on the cardboard that I used like to keep the ink from bleeding through. I am excited about the possibility that comes with having this machine in my house. And those are all our finished objects. So as the sun's about to set, let's see what we can get through. Works in progress. The Grinchy eye socks I was working on during the Out of the Darkness walk. I got like 1.5 stripes done. So I really need to count and see if I'm ready to put the heel in, because this looks like it's about to be heel time. And that is in a bag that was given to me by Xiaomeng of Jasmine Bear Handmade. She made this for me for Kwanzaa, and I love it. And then my other work in progress is living in a bag that was made for me by a friend as well. This is from Claudia of the Crochet Luna podcast. She gave me this bag for my birthday like a couple years ago, I think. And in it is another sock. And this stripy, this could be for the Pisces season make along. Look at it. I am striping these two yarns together. These were yarns that I got in the Canadian Crocheter Advent this past Christmas. Yes. And I am I'm striping them together. I think I'm doing 5-row stripes. But the reason I'm making these socks is because I'm doing a test knit for an Afterthought heel pattern by Heather of Bunnyfish Crafts. Is she Bunnyfish Crafts, or is she just Bunnyfish? Bunnyfish. She designed an Afterthought heel. So in order for me to do an Afterthought heel, gotta have a tube sock. So that's what I'm doing. And these are the yarns. They are very pretty. I do love. I don't have the labels to the yarns with me, and I don't remember what they are, but you can find them during Vlogmas. Critters. So that's 2 of my works in progress. And the last work in progress is the patchwork crochet baby blanket. I finished the patch, the square I was working on last week, and it is just a front post, back post double crochet. There you go. Front post, back post double crochet across the whole thing. Someone commented last week saying I should try the alpine stitch, which is basically this. So that was a pretty nice coincidence. And so I have 3 white blocks, and then I'm going to do 3 gray blocks and 3 purple blocks. And here is the beginning, what I think is the ma'am, I need my hands. All the interruptions. This is the beginning of the purple block, or the first gray block, I think. And it's basically a fan, is this a fan? A shell. It's a shell stitch pattern, and I think that's what I'm gonna do. So my original plan was just to do the 3 patterns on all 3 colors, but then I got bored of that idea. So I think I'm going to do, the white ones are all like front post, back post texture. The gray ones are going to be different, 3 different like treatments of a shell stitch, and the purple ones I think are going to be maybe a lace or something like that. I'm not sure how that's going to work out, you know, texturally. We'll figure it out as we go along, which is basically the process for everything that I make up. Is that everything for works in progress? Yep. Maker plans. So my biggest maker plan that I decided on today is going to be my first pair of mittens. And you might say, Kalisha, you live in Florida where it is 1,000,000 degrees. Why do you need mittens? I don't. I'm making them for my mommy. So this is the yarn that I'm going to be making her mittens out of. I'm going to use the mitten pattern by Tin Can Knits. And the reason I decided to make her mittens is because she lives in Delaware, and today I FaceTimed her, and it is a winter wonderland up there, and I am big jealous. Very, very big jealous. And she mentioned that she can't find her mittens anywhere. So I was like, ooh, I've never made mittens. You need mittens. I'm going to make you mittens for your birthday. So this, is that right? No. This is Barocco Vintage. It is 52% acrylic, 40% wool, and 8% nylon. Is it raining? It's either raining or a bird just peed on me. We're gonna make it through, friends. We're gonna make it through. So yeah, I hope that this is enough to make a pair of mittens for my mom. I mean, her hands are smaller than mine, which most people's hands are smaller than mine, honestly. But yeah, this, do they have colorway names? They do not. This is the color 5181, and I really like it. I bought this from my local yarn shop, which is Knit in Longwood, and yeah. So this is also a stash position, but first it is a maker plan. Yes, how can I help you? You're in the way. I need you to move. I dare you to move. I dare you to move. I dare you to move yourself off my beanbag. She said, I'm gonna move myself onto your lap. But I also have, it's actually raining. Why is this my life? Is this like real rain? Yeah, it's raining, but that sky is really pretty. Okay, wait. I think it stopped raining. I hate how Florida plays with my emotions like this. Okay, friends. Florida's playing with my emotions. It's fine. We're gonna make it through this podcast yet. Was I done talking about mittens for mommy? No. So I bought this red one, like this burgundy, for her mittens. Well, I bought it to make her something. And then when I was at the store, I thought, oh, I think I have a gray at home of the same yarn, and I can use those together. Spoiler alert, did not have a gray, but I had this purple. And I think maybe they will be nice together. And you know, I'm all about the symbolism and stuff. Red is my mom's favorite color, and purple is amethyst for February, right? And I think that they look nice together because they both have that same kind of heathering that's not visible in the video, but to my real people eyes, yes. So I don't know if I'm gonna do like the cuffs and the rest of the mitten, or how I'm gonna do it, or if I'm even gonna like put them together, but it's an idea. So I will be making my first pair of mittens for my mommy. Next maker plan is my Pisces season make along. It's not even a plan. Like, to say plan is very loose, but maybe it was probably last year, like in December or something, when I was at Joann's and I saw this yarn, this Red Heart Roll With It tweed. It's 100% acrylic, and this colorway, obviously I had to buy it. It is called Marine, of course, and I love it. I love it so much. Like, this is like my favorite color. Right? Yeah. It's not as neon as it's coming up in the video, but it is really pretty. And I have no idea, well, I have a loose idea of what I'm gonna do. I think I wanna make some sort of like cardigan or sweater kind of thing. I love worsted weight cardigans because I'm always cold inside. So having one of those is really cool. And yes, I'm excited about it. I don't know if I'm gonna knit it or crochet it. We'll find out together. All right, friends, we're in the house. The TV's on, but we're gonna make it through. So, I don't even know where I was before the shenanigans and tomfoolery took over. Stash positions. We're just gonna pick up on stash positions. It's fine. Everything is run amok. So, the first stash position is this. I got this needle case. It's a circular knitting needle case. I got this on a D-stash, and I put all of my Chowgu needles in here. The sticky notes are to tell me what size are in the pockets, but I think I have a little label maker, and I'm gonna make little sticky labels that go on each one to tell me what size the pocket is for. Yeah, so I really like it. The seller said that it was lightly used. It even still had the not the label, the little thing on it, like the tag on it, from when she first purchased it. But I like it. This is much better than the plastic expandable file that I had been using. So I do have a bunch of other needles, like my my Amazon stainless steel ones, and then some wooden needles that I have, but those are going to be put in a different case. So yeah, I feel professional now. Oh no, did I just put it in water? Yes. The next stash acquisition Okay. Okay, I'm gonna save that one for last. So, I bought one pattern and a book. The pattern I bought is called the Sankofa Cowl, and it's by Michael Green. Put a picture right here. But I was scrolling on Instagram and I follow the, I think I saw his work on the Black Knitters of Instagram hashtag. And when I saw it, I immediately went and bought it. So, yeah. I don't have a use for cowls, but I figure I can use it just like I did with the Ravenclaw cowl that I made. Well, cowl. The Ravenclaw cowl pattern. I used it to create a tote bag, and I just kept knitting until it was tote bag size. So I think I want to do the same thing with the Sankofa cowl pattern. Just stack the pattern on top of itself and then create a bag or something like that. But I really like it. He's also coming out with a fingerless mitt pattern that's also in the Sankofa family. If you don't know, Sankofa is an Andinka symbol, which stands for go back and get it. And it's basically a reminder to learn from the past. And Sankofa has two images. One is a bird that's looking backwards, and the other one is kind of a heart shape, which is the imagery that he uses in the cowl. And then on the mitts, he uses the bird imagery. So, really cool. This is his first design. And yeah, I'm really excited about the color work that he has created. It's really beautiful. My other purchase, the book, was this, and this goes hand in hand, foot in foot, with my sock knitting obsession right now, or my chunky sock knitting obsession. This Getting Started Knitting Socks book, it's by Ann Budd, and this book gives you numbers for any weight of yarn that you want to knit socks out of, and it also has a couple different patterns in it. There are different heel flap treatments, etc., different toes, whatever like that. So that's pretty cool. And I've checked this book out from the library a couple times, and I figured this would be a good book to have in my personal library. I bought it on eBay also. Feel very fancy whenever I buy anything on eBay. Okay, and the last stash position is some yarn. So, it's my birthday month. My birthday is the 24th, and I decided to give myself some birthday yarn. And it came today. I didn't look at it. I low-key forgot what I ordered. But then when I opened it to get the like the order paper out, and there was a picture of it on the order paper, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm glad that I did that. So this is from Sassy Black Yarns. It's a Black woman-owned business, so hooray for that. And try not to look at it. Her website is www.sassybblackyarns.com. There we go. It's so pretty. How do I open this bag? Where are the scissors? This is her Neon Lights colorway. Yes. Oh, my nails are so dirty. I've been doing a lot of plant work this afternoon. But this is her sock weight base, which is 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon, and the Neon Lights colorway. 100% hand dyed. Yes, but I like it a lot. So yes, Sassy Black Yarn. Support a Black-owned business, y'all. Happy Black History Month. So yes, those are all my stash acquisitions. I'm so excited about this. These It's so pretty. It's not going to stay up there. Oh, it's so bright. I don't even think the brightness like translated like across the camera, but it is neon and I love it. And that, check the basket. Yeah. That brings us to Plant Mama Life and whatnot. So, like I said, I've been doing a lot of repotting, and just kind of plant work. I repotted my string of pearls. Y'all, she needs prayer. Pray, church. So I thought that she was doing well. I thought that she was, you know, thriving and living her best life. You know, I was being very helicopter mom when it came to watering. Like, what do your pearls look like? Do they look squishy? You know, your pearls still firm. I don't need to water you. When I do water you, I'm like drenching the pot, let it drain out in the sink, put you back on actually this shelf right here. The end of the shelf is like right up by the window. You get this bright light, like, and girl was good, right? Until one day she just decided F it all. Like all of her strands, like all of her strings just started dying. So I unpotted her, washed off her roots, and put her in water in hopes of regrowing some roots. And she did. So I put her in soil today and thought maybe I can, because it's getting warm outside. It's been in like the 80s. So I decided to take my succulents, which I have 3, right? Yeah, just about. I have 3 main succulents that I'm like, and I put them on a tray and I put them outside. Earlier in the video, you could see it over my shoulder, but this is what she's looking like right now. Like a scraggly piece of nothing. So we gonna keep her in prayer, church. This right here in the middle is a leaf that fell off of this guy. Now, I feel like this guy also needs prayer. This is a succulent that looks terrible. That Whitney Marie Anderson, she sent me this succulent, and when she sent it to me, they were twins. Like she had one and I had one, and they looked the same. Now hers is flourishing, living its best life, has popped out babies. Mine, still the same size, and has lost all of those leaves. I don't understand. I don't know. I don't know what the dealio is. I mean, I water it when it needs it, and it's fine, whatever. And then the other one that I had outside is this collection. The elephant bush and whatever kind of succulent this is, they have been, you know, living pretty well. This echeveria, I just realized is stretching. Oh, you're not getting enough light? Huh. Interesting. Okay. So I'm going to move this. This one was sitting over here. So I guess, yeah, it wasn't getting enough light in that area. So I'm going to move it back over here by the window. But this one has lost a ton of leaves as well. At least I'm not murking them like that echeveria I killed last year. Like that was vicious. But, you know, I don't even know how long I've had these two. But I haven't killed them, so yay? I don't know. The other plant work that I have done is I made a good moss pole. So I think it was last year I decided to try my hand at making a moss pole for one of my golden pothos. And I decided to take like stockings, like nylons, and fill it with sphagnum moss and then attach my pothos to it. I mean, I guess it was okay in theory, but the roots couldn't really get through the nylon like, you know, I thought they were going to be able to. So I ended up having to like cut little holes in the nylon and stick a little root through there, and then it would grow into the moss. But it wasn't good. And recently I watched a couple videos where people were making moss poles using chicken wire, like the plastic chicken wire. So I thought, okay, let me try that. Unfortunately, the chicken wire that I wanted is not available in any of my stores locally, and I did not want to order from Amazon. I have to wait. So instead I used, I'm looking at it right here, this netting called bird netting, I think is what it was called. And I just used a couple layers of bird netting, which worked fine. Put sphagnum moss and then a bamboo pole in the middle, and and then rolled it up. And I did a little sewing. I sewed it up with some acrylic sock yarn. Sewed it up, and then, you know, looped at the top. And it looks really good. I have my little Adansonii on it. And this Adansonii is the one that I'm super proud of, because I raised it from a single leaf, and baby is growing. She is doing mama proud. So this is the moss pole, and so the plant, as it grows, the aerial roots will grow into the pole, and with these climbers, as they climb, it allows them to get bigger leaves. So I'm excited about that. And I think this pole is about 2 feet. Yeah, it's about 2 feet tall, and it sits on my table here. But look at that girl. And she has, oh, the leaf is opening. This is her newest leaf that is starting to unfurl, and I'm really excited. So not only did I make the moss pole for this, but I also made the pins, like the little clips that I'm holding the plant to the pole with. Originally I was just going to like tie it on with like jute cord or something like that, but I decided instead of doing that, I had these little black pieces of metal. You can't see it, but do I have one? No. Anyway, I had these little pieces of black metal that I cut off of these trellises, and I just kind of bent them in an S, and one side of the S hooks around the plant, and the other side of the S I dug into the moss so that it can kind of hook into the moss, and that's how the plant is being held onto the moss pole. I kind of think I'm going to replace those with like plant Velcro or something like that, because as, you know, cool as it was to create those kind of hooks, I think it would be better to use something that's removable, like a plant Velcro. So once it establishes into the moss pole, I can take the Velcro off and move it up. And I think that'll just be better for the plant overall and won't have all that extra metal and stuff in it. So yeah, that's one of my plants that I'm super excited about right now. I really found it pretty cool how a few of you kind of resonated with my thoughts on a weed last week, when I was talking about how some plants that here are like high value plants are weeds where they naturally occur. And I've kind of like, that thought has just been rolling around in my mind a lot. And the other day I went outside to water our outdoor plants, and there were all these weeds growing in the yard, but they had the prettiest purple flowers. So I picked some because they're wildflowers, right? So I have them hanging out here in this little bulb vase, and I think they are adorable and they're so sweet to look at. Yeah, so they're not gonna last very long, but while they're here, they are bringing me a lot of joy. I'll put in a picture of them because, you know, of course I had to take some artsy fartsy photos, close-up photos of the flowers. But I think that's everything on the plant front. I think I'm going to be adding to this, like to my baby Adansonii, because I took some cuttings off of Big Mama back there, and they're in water propagating, and they're growing roots right now. So I think once those get a bit more roots grown, I'll put them in here and attach them to like the back side of the moss pole so that I can have it like completely covered, and I think that will look really cool like after a while. But I think that's everything plant-wise. I've got a lot of like plants that I'm nursing right now. Like my, what is that? My Tradescantia. Looks like I'm pointing at the Monstera. So over there, so weird cameras. Over there is my Tradescantia zebrina. And it's struggling a little bit. I think I didn't have it draining well enough. I think it's dealing with a little bit of heavy watering on my part, but that one's kind of recovering. I did a big chop of it, so it's got new shoots coming up. My Monstera has a new leaf coming in, which is so exciting because it hasn't put out a new leaf in months. I was looking at the new leaf, it's still curled up, but it doesn't look like it's going to have any fenestration, so that's kind of a bummer. But it's a new leaf, and we're happy for new leaves. So I think hopefully now that it's warming up, we'll get a bit more action out of Homegirl over here. That's my nerve plant right there. We are not seeing eye to eye. I don't want to talk about it. Big Mama's got a bunch of new leaves coming in. I'm considering making her a moss pole. Now that I found a nice way to do it, I kind of want to put everybody on a moss pole, which, I mean, is fine. And that's everything plant-wise. The last thing I just wanted to mention was that I actually watched the entire Super Bowl last week, and to my father's heartbreak, his team lost, and it was actually kind of sad for me because I was watching him. He was all hype at the beginning, like, yeah, let's go, and then like as the score kept going like this, he was just like, and whenever the Buccaneers would get a touchdown, Lamar would take his pillow, because we were watching it on Zoom, so we were watching it here, and then my dad was watching it at his house, of course, because my dad's in Delaware anyway, and we were on Zoom together, so Lamar would take his pillow and like shake it in front of the camera. But yeah, that was a really fun experience. I don't watch football. It wasn't really like super exciting, you know, to watch. It was kind of cool. But more than anything, I'm glad that I was able to like have that experience with like my dad and my husband, right? That's pretty cool. But that's everything, guys. Thank you for hanging in there with me. I know this one was quite the struggle bus. Welcome back to Quirky Monday, where shenanigans and tomfoolery abound. Like, the perfectionist in me really wants to refilm this, but I'm not gonna do it. this is real life. This is how it happened, and this is how it will be recorded for all time. Amen. Amen. So yeah, leave me a comment down below of something positive that happened to you. Leave your bright spots. I was very happy to read the bright spots last week, and you all just made my heart swell with so many bright spots being like, my bright spot is the Quirky Monday Craftcast. Your new episode. I was just like, you guys like me. You really like me. So I'm glad that I can be here and supply the bright spottedness. But yes, I do want to read your happy moments, your bright spots, your positive memories, things like that. And I'm sure other people want to read them too. So definitely take a look at the comments, celebrate with one another, read about what's going on that's a good thing in other people's lives, because good things are happening. Good things are happening. I have to tell myself that all the time. Good things are happening. But yeah, thank you so much for being a part of my universe, and I will see you next time. Bye.